Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 116000 Domino's Pizza Commemorative Edition. This special edition, along with boxed accessories, additional high-resolution images, and of course complete pricing details, can be seen on our website by clicking the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Also, subscribe if you like these videos. Now, this deserves some explanation. For those not familiar with the Domino's Pizza Rolex series, it is a long-running series of time-only Rolex watches built and customized by Rolex dating back to the 1980s, created for managers of exceptionally fruitful Domino's Pizza franchises. Now, over the years, several models have been available, and the evolution of the models has seen the dial gradually give way to the bracelet as the staging point for the Domino's branding. This, a current production model of both the Domino's edition and the Oyster Perpetual, represents the latest evolution of the species. Domino's Pizza now, of course, is now just Domino's, and so too is the logo. Otherwise, it wears like a conventional 36mm reference 116000. It's a 36 Oyster Perpetual, the direct descendant of Rolex's original water-resistant self-winding watch from the 1930s. This watch, in a lot of ways, is like a coelacanth for your wrist, a living fossil and one of the most direct links to Rolex's heritage of innovation. It wears easy, too, 36mm in the Oyster case that it helped to pioneer. It doesn't have the bulge of the early bubble-back models, so the 36mm case wears thin on the wrist, only 11.7mm thick. You can see it has the beautiful domed bezel. It adds a little bit more volume and sensuousness because the arc of the bezel, when domed, nicely matches the flare of the case flank, such that they seem to meld into one graceful compound body. You'll also note that from lug to lug, the watch is quite compact. 45.6mm horizontally across the wrist means that no matter who you are, lucky Domino's branch manager, you're going to be able to wear this one with security and proportion on your wrist. Now, of course, this is a contemporary Rolex bracelet, solid center links, solid end links, very robust. You will note that the finish is a little bit more subtle on this one. No polished center links, satin on the tops, polished on the shoulder flanks. It's also paired with contemporary Rolex folding clasp of very high grade, the Oyster Perpetual being the entry-level model. It does not have Easy Link. However, everything that you touch, everything you hold, everything that touches the skin is of the utmost quality, being crafted of Rolex's proprietary 904L steel alloy, which takes and holds better than conventional steel, both a satin finish and a high polish, constructed, smelted, poured, stamped entirely within Rolex. This alloy has a grace to it and a resilience, whether you're dealing with industrial-grade acids or just scratching it and scuffing it while desk diving. It's rugged, tough stuff. Now, the dial completes the grayscale aesthetic of the watch. The timepiece isn't excessively boisterous or flamboyant. Other than its one signature, there's really nothing about this watch to call out its significance in the history of Rolex or Rolex corporate promotions. Now, the watch is special because even that flourish is built by Rolex, but otherwise it's a very discreet grayscale. One of the most sober and I think mature takes on the Oyster Perpetual. Remember, we now live in an era when you can get blue highlighted, green, and grape dials in the Oyster Perpetual family. Here you see fully luminescent with a spectacular gray sunburst. The sunburst has tremendous dynamism about it, and you can see how it reacts in the soft light of my light box. You can imagine how it would react in direct sunlight, and of course, fully luminescent. This one and Oyster Perpetuals kind of span the spectrum and have over the years. This one tends more towards a sporting aesthetic because it will be so legible in any light. Inside is a Rolex manufacturer caliber 3130, sitting under yet another tribute to Domino's Pizza, or I should say Domino's. Remember, they are a full-service restaurant today. 100-meter water-resistant thanks to the screw-down crown and screwed-in case back. The movement boasts a 48-hour power reserve beating at 4 Hz or 28,800 vibrations per hour. It features hacking seconds such that when you pull the crown, you do stop the balance, so you can precisely synchronize to a reference time. I'll thread out the crown and start winding the watch, which I should mention for those of you who have never wound contemporary Rolex automatic, it actually has a nice robust sensation to it. Not too creamy, not too smooth, just enough that that you can feel the interaction of the click spring. It's actually quite satisfying to use, one of the great unadvertised advantages of late model Rolex ownership. It's also a Swiss certified Cosc chronometer, very precise, and of course Rolex retimes the movement in the case to ensure that it is a chronometer cased up, not just a chronometer as a bare movement, the way movements are tested. Moreover, it features a Breguet overcoil hairspring and a free-sprung balance on a full balance bridge, the combination of those three features making the watch robustly resistant to gravitational or positionally induced timing deviation and shock or vibration induced timing deviation. You can see and you can purchase this fantastic food tribute, perhaps one of the most ironic of contemporary Rolexes and arguably the postmodernist's choice among the entire Rolex catalog. One you have to win unless you buy the one on our website. You can see it and you can purchase it on our homepage.